Hey, Dave.
Hey, Amber. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good. It's been a long time.
I know. It's been a great nap I've had for the last almost year.
Rip Van Winkle.
It's me. Do you like my beard I've grown?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I braided it too.
It's so gauzy and white.
Well, I am getting older.
You're a year older.
I am older. A whole year older. This is what happens. Do you see me stroking my, beard?
Yes, it's mesmerizing.
I'm braiding it now.
Yes.
Ooh. So, hey.
Speaking of who, this is Bringing Owls to Athens.
Woohoo! We've come out of hibernation.
We have come out of hibernation.
It's been a while.
It has. Last year, around Thanksgiving was our last episode, right?
I'm pretty sure that's true.
And then my life exploded and your life imploded.
I think it's opposite.
Okay.
I think yours imploded and I exploded.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, okay. Because I became, outwardly.
And we were both kind of in a crazy place.
I would say you so more than me.
Yeah. It's just one of those situations where, you have to, cut ballast. And Unfortunately, this was one of the things that had to get cut in my life.
Sometimes you have to take a break from your extracurriculars.
Yeah, it wasn't because it wasn't fun. It wasn't because I wasn't enjoying it. It's just life went crazy there. But during our hiatus, we were nominated for an award.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So what was it? It
was the Indie PopCon.
Yes, we submitted to Indie PopCon, and they do a thing where they take a bunch of podcasts in a category, and then they did nominated 3 for an award, and then they would pick the best of that category.
Yes.
And actually, Bringing Owls to Athens was in the top 3 for comedy.
Right, and apparently there were lots of comedy podcasts.
Yeah.
And we were funnier than most of those
Which
skags.
is hilarious to me. That in itself is comedy.
Because we're so... I don't want to say low key or low production or anything, but
we don't put
this
effort.
isn't a complicated thing.
No.
We take a few notes, we sit down, we talk.
Yeah, there's actually no effort involved. I mean, I did put on pants today, so there we go.
Yes, and I thank you for that.
You're welcome. I know. We talked about it off air.
Right.
Amber, you can't show up here in just underwear anymore.
Right. The underwear that say bootylicious, not going to work.
Also stained. Amber, here's
Yes.
some money. It's like part of his mental health break was giving me money, finding money for me so I could buy new underwear.
Yeah, and
pants.
we're better. We're so much better. But yeah, so we took a break. We were nominated for an award, and honestly, I think all along, at least I felt like I wanted to come back to this. Mm-hmm. But I think that getting that nod from Indie PopCon kind of spurred it into a little higher gear for me.
Sure.
It's like, oh yeah, what we were doing was working. We were making a legitimately enjoyable podcast. We should come back to that.
Right. I mean, sometimes outside validation is important because it's I think I'm, I can chuckle at myself every once in a while, but the fact that somebody else laughed at what I said.
And I think when we started it, it wasn't from the perspective of, boy, we're going to make the funniest thing ever and everybody's going to love it. It was kind of like, hey, Amber, let's just talk and be
right.
silly.
We have all this bottled up energy that we have all the time that it really has no place to go. And maybe let's do something productive with it.
Right. I mean, the owl's origin story is we used to have lunch.
We get every once in a while.
Once in a great while, we still get there. But we'd have lunch, and we'd have these crazy conversations at lunch. And we said, boy, this will be a thing to record.
Yes.
And, it's kind of one of those 4-color comic
yes. 4 panels.
Yes. Yeah. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Here we are.
Yep. Wow, what a journey.
Yeah. And so this is, is this the second season?
We should probably say this is Bringing Owls to, what's the tagline?
Wait, can it be Bringing Owls 2.0 Athens? No, that's terrible. Let's not make it that.
Bringing Owls to Athens. God, I'm not good with names.
The Rehootening.
The Rehootening! Yeah, I like that. Okay. This is the Rehootening.
The Rehootening.
Yes. So I really, one quick, I think this episode we're probably just going to do a lot of catch up. So
yeah, it's been a year since we've talked.
So I want to talk about, specifically to any of our listeners who are still listening, last episode, which was a year ago, there was a part where we were talking about my actual serious-ish kind of condition where I was picking my head. Right. So I want to catch back up with you on it, Dave, too, because I don't think you even really know like the story to all of this.
I know a little, I think.
I think so. So I got help afterwards. Like, okay. I tried really, really, really hard to contain it myself, trying to be more aware of it when it happens, but I was doing it in my sleep. And so it was like I would wake up and it would be too late. Like, I'm already picking in my skin. Right. And so I tried to wear gloves at night. I cannot sleep, just like how I can't sleep with socks on. Right. Turns out I can't sleep with gloves on either. Well, yeah,
because gloves are like hand socks.
Yeah, exactly. So I then was like, okay, you know what? I am seeing a therapist for other reasons. I'm going to bring it up to them because maybe it's something.
Yeah.
And so they actually said it's a disorder.
Right.
Called dermatillomania, I think is how you say it. Which is just like a skin picking disorder. Some other people do it in other places.
Sure.
Mine manifested in my scalp. And I've always had this. Like, this is something that manifested when I can remember when I was like 9, 10, where it's like I had metal glasses, which is why I changed to plastic glasses all the time because the metal irritated my skin. And then I started to pick at it. And so when I was a kid, I would just have these, I would pick at that area. So my therapist was like, you know what? This is a real thing. And you can start taking supplements for it. I don't know what the supplements are supposed to do. I don't believe in supplements. JK, there's some good supplements out there. But I just never bought them.
Dietary supplements?
I think it's like I can't remember what you requested. This has been a while. So this was over, basically after that episode last November.
Right.
January, February is when I was getting help for this.
Sure.
So she suggested a supplement. I can't remember the name of it, but it was just basically like a vitamin or enzyme or something.
But it's
that
like
I was
over
missing.
The counter.
Yeah, like I could have went to like any GNC or health place and sometimes like Targets or whatever might carry it. I couldn't find it at Target, and I'm too lazy to go any other place.
Right.
And also didn't look it up online.
You checked one place. You're all out of.
I did my.
I got no plan.
I did my due diligence. I looked. It wasn't there, so I'm not gonna try harder.
I mean, you were in the toy section, but you looked.
I did look. It wasn't there. So then I kept going, and I kept still trying to just do it by behavioral conditioning. Wasn't working. Even cut my fingernails down and was filing them down to make sure I didn't have like long enough to do anything.
Yeah.
Then I think it was probably like April or May. I was getting my hair cut, and I had just went through a whole like episode, so it was like I had a whole bunch of fresh spots, and my hairdresser was like, "Hey, you got some sores on your head. Are you aware of this?" I'm like,
am I aware?
Woo!
Let me tell you, Jasmine.
Yes, exactly. Shut up, Jasmine. I know what's going on in my head. No, I said.
Like, as a quick aside.
Yes.
I prefer my hairdresser to have like a I don't want to say white trash because that's not the right term.
No.
But I mean, I don't want an Elizabeth to cut my hair.
You want what? Like a Brittany?
Jasmine or a Brittany or a Tawny or...
Okay. It's very interesting how you have this hairdresser. You should draw this hairdresser that lives in your mind.
No, I mean, I don't have a hairdresser.
My ideal hairdresser.
But I have my ideal hairdresser. Well,
is she
for
got
a long
cigarette
time...
in her mouth?
Not while she's cutting my hair.
Okay.
But for a long time, I went to a Heather. And like, honestly, Heather's...
That's a really good name for a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's such... And then...
Courtney?
Courtney's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the lady who cuts my hair now is Aaliyah.
That's too fancy for a hairdresser.
It's pretty down home.
Sorry,
actually.
Hairdressers, we're typecasting you into one subset.
I mean, I'm sure they're very valid.
Have you seen Drop Dead Gorgeous?
No.
God, watch a movie. You're just as bad as Josh.
I don't have entertainment.
What's movie?
Yeah, what is movie?
What was it saying?
Anyway, you were going to your hairdresser, Jasmine.
And she pointed out my horrible, horrible head scabs. And I was like, yeah, I actually like have this picking problem. And she was like, oh, well, it could help that probably. I'm like, no, Jasmine, tell me your secrets, because I have...
What kind of supplement you got, Jasmine?
Yeah, you got oils, the argan oil I rub into my head or something to make my hair not only
Biblical
luscious.
Essential oils, yeah.
Yes, myrrh. Just rubbing myrrh all over me. A frankincense. Probably help with my bathing problem, too. But anyway, masters... I'm not dirty. It's just the character I play for this show. I promise you, as an aside, I bathe.
The best was your very quiet. I'm not dirty.
I'm not dirty, actually. I took a shower today. So anyway, she was like, "Have you tried getting fake nails?" Mm-hmm. And I went, no, why would I ever do that?
Right. Have you seen me?
Have you seen me? Do I look like the type of person who would wear, again, this is for the show, but I don't look good. I don't look like the kind of person who would wear fake nails.
Right.
But she was like, well, no, you should try it out, because if you get the acrylic sets, they're so thick. It's like hard plastic on your nails. It's nothing like a real nail. You won't be able to get up under.
You can't. Yeah, you can't pick anything.
So I was like, okay, here's your good tip for that. I pay you more than my therapist, because I should have, honestly, because it was like a $15 haircut, and she gave me this great advice. So then, in Amber fashion, I waited another 2 months because it's a very long, arduous process for me to figure out how to do something.
Right, absolutely. I totally understand.
Which involves me Googling once, going, okay, cool, asking one other person that I know.
Yes.
Outside of you.
Right.
And then going, now I have to work up the nerve to go do something new that I've never done before.
Yes, purchase a thing that is outside of your accepted persona.
And then also, what is this process I'm going to have to undergo? Because don't know what it's like.
Right.
And so I asked, then, as I was mulling that over, I asked a second person who had just talked about getting their nails done. And I was like, oh, you have knowledge. Give me. And then I went to a nail place. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear about it?
Yes.
Okay, so what they do first and foremost is they took out this Dremel kind of looking thing. It had a grit sand attachment, and then they literally rough up the surface of your nail
for adhesion. Yeah.
And then they take out little acrylic sets to make your tips the length that you want them. Then they have acrylic powder that when they dip it in something some sort of activating agent, I guess, it turns the powder into the acrylic, and then they paint it out, and then they shape it all for you. And then they paint it. The whole process was $35 to do a full set. $40 and some when I paid for the tip. And then I couldn't pick my head. At all. Period. I just couldn't. There's no way.
You couldn't do it. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And so my head healed within 2 months. The problem is, though, as you're looking at my nails right now, I don't have any.
Right.
Because your nails grow.
Right, sure. No, it's not a permanent thing, yeah.
And so then what ends up happening is you have to keep getting it filled. That costs money, and I do not have money.
You're not made of money.
In fact, I am not. So then I had to take my nails off. You want to hear that process?
Yes.
So I had to go sit outside on my porch and soak a cotton ball in acetone, 100% pure acetone.
Right.
Take a foil, wrap the acetone soak thing, and sit with basically bulbous fingers as the acetone was soaking on my fingernails for 30 minutes.
Wow.
As I waited for the plastic to melt.
That's crazy.
It took 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then my nails looked like shit. But you know what? Yeah. My head's healed, and eventually these will grow out. And
is it so do you think you've got this problem behind you, or is it are you afraid it will recur?
I'm afraid it will recur. In fact, I've already felt a scab on my head because who knows, I probably did it in the middle of the night without thinking.
Right.
But I'm not doing it during the day. I catch myself.
Yeah.
Because I've become aware of it. Because while I was waiting during all this process with my nails, I was like I would notice when I was going up to scratch, and it's like, okay, now I'm like, I've connected this actual, I'm aware of this behavior.
Right,
now.
right.
So anyway, I'm free.
Huh. I have a couple tangents.
Sure.
Number one, the process to put those nails on feels a lot like auto body work.
Yeah.
Like, it's something I know a little bit about. I have a family history with auto body repair.
Uh-huh.
It's actually super similar.
You have to Dremel shit?
Well, you have to sand it down.
Yeah.
But then once it's sanded, you actually have to rough it before the paint will...
I was becoming a transformer.
Yeah. No, shit. Like it was like, I don't know, a month, 6 weeks ago, you came into our Tales from Oxford game with these like pink nails, and I'm like, what the hell, Amber?
It's not Amber.
You get out and bring me Amber.
Whose hands did you steal, Amber?
Whose hands did you take? That poor person. Also, like compulsive habits and things, like I've bitten my nails since I can remember. Like I'm a terrible nail biter.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me to stop is having painted nails.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. If I paint my nails, my mouth, I want to scrape it off.
No, like it because for exactly the reason that your acrylic nails, because you become aware of it.
Yeah.
My daughter's painted my nails a few times, and it works.
Huh.
Like a week later, like my nails are so much better and like good. But then the polish pulls off, and then like...
You should try gel nail polish.
I should, but...
Because it's hard and lasts forever.
It's tough because, like, what I do where I live...
Mm-hmm. Oh, small town.
There's a stigma.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to say, hey, my daughter painted my nails, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
And then I get like brownie points for being a good dad.
Yeah.
If I painted my nails because I thought it was cute, that's something that there's, like I say, undeservedly, of course, but like there is a
unfortunately, your town is not progressive.
I mean, some people in my town are not progressive.
Sure, I get you.
And I suppose that's the case everywhere. But
yeah. I get you. We all do stuff.
We all do stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
We all do stuff.
We all do stuff. The end.
So, Amber.
Yeah. I was drinking water. Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're a trucker. Yep.
Yeah.
It's Mad Dog 16 right here. Got your ears on. So, Amber.
Yes.
A while back, we had discussed the movie Annihilation.
I remember this.
Yes. You really liked that film.
I do.
And I thought it was a very visually interesting film that could have stood to have a plot.
You wanted to have a story.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like
okay.
stories. But I'm afraid you've won.
Uh-oh. What? I won something?
Yes, you won the argument. Annihilation is real.
Oh, God. Did you find the shimmer?
No, I didn't find the shimmer, but I found evidence of the shimmer. Maybe I live in the shimmer. I don't know.
Okay.
But I went out to my car this morning.
Oh, God.
And I found something on my car, and I was like, this is not a real animal. This is a hideous...
Mutated biology.
This is a hideous mutation of some sort.
Like its cells got refracted onto each other?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Is it going to make me throw up?
No, I hope not. That's what we've got.
Okay. Give me your thing.
Yeah, there's a handful of pictures there.
What the fuck is that?
It is some kind of a wasp.
Should I go like this way?
Sure.
I don't want to swipe and not see a picture I'm not supposed to see.
Yeah, that's true. There's probably a few of those. Yeah. Here it is.
Oh, God! You took a live video. Your live picture.
Yeah.
So it moves. Oh, it's moving.
And it's basically a long, thin wasp that has what is probably a 4-inch stinger on the back of it.
That's an epidural that's come alive.
Like it's half wasp, half stingray is what that is.
You've never seen this before.
I've never seen this before, and there's so many insects in my home. But it like solidly freaked the kids out.
I mean, it looks like it's like 4 inches long.
It is about
6 inches long.
Honestly, it is 4 inches long. It was a long. Truthfully, I don't even think it's a stinger.
Did you look it up at all?
No.
How do you look it up? Long butt?
No.
I'll probably get something I don't want to look at.
My guess is, what I told the kids, is that is some kind of a wasp that deposits its eggs in something.
Ugh.
Maybe a tree. And so that stinger like can push through the bark into like the soft squishy parts of the tree.
Is this what it looked like?
Yeah, Yeah, something like that.
What is this wasp with a 4-inch long thready tail?
Thready.
I'm going to naturalcrooks.com.
Natural cooks?
Crooks.
Oh, crooks?
Uh-huh. It is a Megara Hissa macrurus.
That's not a word. Those aren't words. You're just saying things now.
It was a giant ichneumon wasp. Here.
I like your pronunciations.
I don't talk.
I don't speak Latin.
I don't know how words work. Here, it's right there.
Oh, let me see.
Giant ichneumon wasp.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Ecumon? Huh, it is used to lay your eggs. That's what I thought.
Dang, look at you being sciencey.
Yeah.
So it sticks its long ass into a hole.
Okay. Like a woodpecker, this wasp drills through dead tree trunks to reach the grub-like larva living deep inside.
Okay, with its butt?
Unlike a woodpecker, it doesn't eat them herself. Instead, she lays her eggs on them, and the baby wasps eat the grubs.
What if we were, as humans, just went to a Taco Bell and just gave birth to Taco Bell and left our children to forage? That's basically what this creature does.
Well, it's more like if you found a stray dog.
Okay.
And you just gave birth on the dog.
I said good luck.
And your newborn could eat the dog as it grows.
The insects are fucked up. Most of nature is fucked up. I agree. This is really. Well, they don't eat much. They like drinking juice from a grape.
Aww.
Just give it a grape.
It's so cute.
I don't think so. You just said it's horrifying. Oh my god! Look how long its butt is.
Yeah. The kids
it's
were
an ovipositor.
It's too long to actually be a stinger. It can't actually sting with that thing, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's double the length of its body.
Man, ovipositors.
And so, if you check out our Twitter @BringingOwls, we'll post pictures of our ridiculous wasp.
This is true.
The wasp stingray annihilation hybrid.
Because guess what?
What?
Dave has Twitter now.
Yes.
But he's only using it for bringing owls to Athens.
That's right.
Don't send me any fan art of it, though. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Don't encourage it.
Next time we roll characters for anything,
you're gonna have a giant long butt.
Yes.
This is my ovipositor.
My ovipositor,
I call
y'all.
it Sharon.
I call it Sharon because all my babies be sharing that grub when they grow up. Oh, Amber's dead.
Oh, that was good. That got me. I didn't even expect that. Okay. Wow. That's wow.
So, you won. Ta-da!
Woo! I'll take it. It wasn't
there's a
really...
real shimmer. It makes monsters like that. Ta-da!
What two animals do you think it refracted?
It's a wasp and a stingray.
Okay. I'll buy it, sure.
Because they got those big, long, tails that they...
I get you. I know what you're talking about.
Man, Crocodile Hunter, man.
Bring up Crocodile Hunter. That's sad.
It is sad. That could have been me, man.
It could have... No, it couldn't have.
It could have been me with that wasp.
It could not.
Right in the heart.
And it laid its eggs.
Yeah.
So it gets your heart grubs that we know your heart's
do.
full of.
Heartworms. I have heartworms. Did you know I had heartworms?
No.
I do.
Ew.
Okay.
You're a doctor.
It means yeah.
Take care of yourself.
There's a long history of doctors doing weird stuff to themselves.
Oh, that's very true. I will agree with that. I don't have a segue for this, Dave. I'm so out of practice.
Yeah,
I don't know how to segue out of this.
That's all right.
Let's see if I can do it.
Okay. Here's your first segue of season 2. Here it comes.
I got nothing, man.
Oh.
I got absolutely nothing. I wish I was a better person.
Well.
Do you have a solution for me to be a better person?
I don't have a solution.
Don't give me that eye.
I think you're as good a person as you need to be right now.
Great.
Is this all I got? So, I don't have a segue. We're just going to cold drop into this.
Okay.
here's the best story that I have from the last 12 months.
Oh, shit. Are we going to share stories? Okay, so I'll have to think of something.
Okay.
I promise I'm listening.
Okay. Having dinner with the kids the other night.
Okay.
Had bacon as part of our dinner.
Perfect. I approve.
Yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't approve? I'll tell you who doesn't approve. My daughter.
She doesn't eat bacon now?
I said, hey, Iris,
do
you want some bacon? She said, no, I don't eat meat. And I said, well, okay. And she said, Daddy, why do you hate animals? I said, I don't hate animals. And she said, well, why are you eating them? And I said, because the food that they give us is one of the things that I love about animals. And she said, I love animals too much to eat them. Plus, I had a cheeseburger for lunch.
Does she not know what a cheeseburger's made of? Surely she does.
Yeah, she knows. She knows. She's adopted this very selective vegetarianism.
Okay.
Where she just gets to say no to whatever she doesn't want to eat because she's a vegetarian. Which is actually like a brilliant plan.
It is, honestly.
Like next time you go out to eat somewhere.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I don't eat whatever thing you don't want. So, oh, I don't eat that. I'm a vegetarian. And then pick something that has meat in it and say, I'll have that instead. It's brilliant. You get the sanctimoniousness of like being one of those people who have ethical diets.
Yeah.
With no restrictions whatsoever.
Right. I recently just saw something on Twitter. We go a little bit serious where it was like, people like nag on vegetarian, veganism. And I think it's because of that sanctimonious attitude. Right. Where it's like, no, there's nothing wrong with people who have actual like dietary restrictions. I'm cool with that, but don't act like you're better than me,
right? Because
you've decided to choose this for yourself.
Eat a different diet. Yeah, absolutely.
That's really funny though.
Yeah, no, she's hysterical. That girl's got some fire.
I was trying to think of like a story that I could.
Oh yeah. You need to tell me what's the best story that you've come across in the last 12 months, Amber.
Of like my own personal stuff?
Of whatever you want. There's no rules here.
I mean, the thing that like, I guess for me personally, so in the last year, this kind of, I'm going to be kind of serious because this is actually me stuff.
Oh.
We're trying to do good work with Geekspective, right? We're trying to put ourselves out there and I'm trying to do more. And
yeah, you are. I'm not trying to do good work with Geekspective.
Well, you're back.
Yeah,
to bring
right.
Out, so there you go. That counts. But anyway, so we did a lot of, for me personally, like I've been trying, my goal was to specifically put myself out there more.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really talked a lot about On Bring Owls, but like, yeah, I have a lot of like self-esteem. Like I'm a shy kind of person. It might not sound like it because I talk about my dirty butt all the time, but I'm actually a very reserved person. It's just like the people that I choose to do podcasts with know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very easy to be just glib about stuff and like off cuff, whatever. Putting yourself out there, like you're talking about outside validation from, Indie PopCon.
Right.
It's like my friends all tell me I'm funny and they love me and whatever, which is good friends.
Right.
And I believe they're telling the truth when they say things like that to me.
Right. Yeah.
But this year specifically, I decided to like try and get out other shows and meet other people and like really push myself to like network, which is like a huge deal for me because like most networking events I go to, I can last maybe like 10 minutes before I'm like, I peace out, right? I don't want to talk. So a big thing that happened for me this year was I applied to a show, an actual play show that actually had like casting calls and actual auditions.
Oh, wow.
And, I submitted my character idea. I got a call back, did an interview with them, got a call back again, did like a little role play session with them. And then they actually offered me the position on their show, which is like a huge deal because I know lots of people applied for it, right?
Yeah.
The show is called The Broadswords. It's a D&D actual play.
And they're huge.
Yeah, pretty huge. Yeah, they're
like
not...
I see them pop up on like
all sorts of stuff.
10 best actual play podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of stuff. Yeah.
And they're a really great group of people. I've been listening to their show before I applied to it.
Right.
And then this happened right before Gen Con. So like right before Gen Con. And I got an email from them saying, hey, yeah, we would love for you to be on the show if you still want to. I was like, yes, of course. And like, well, we're going to Gen Con. We can meet you at Gen Con. So then I'm like, joined their Discord and stuff and talking to them. And they're like, hey, we're going to an event, a party on Saturday night. Do you want to be one of our plus ones? And I was like, yeah, sure. And like, what's the party? And it's a Critical Role after party.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Critical Role is a big deal for like, nerds. You know, the nerds, like who listen to actual plays and stuff. It's like people cosplay the characters that these people role play as.
Yeah.
And like, that's a huge deal, right?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Critical Role is huge.
I don't listen to Critical. I haven't gotten into it.
I have listened to it. I see why people like it.
I mean, it's a bunch of like actors who are very talented doing role playing and are good at improv and do voices, and most of them are voice actors.
Right.
So I'm like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Like, yeah, I would love to go to this party. And so I went to that party, and of course to me, like, I'm socially, like, in general, just socially anxious, right?
Right.
And so I'm most proud of myself is I went to this party and I actually talked to people.
Okay.
And it helped that I drank cranberry vodkas to help me out there. But I was really just proud of myself being able to maintain my composure, maintain my cool for the most part, and just like, we're all nerds. Let's just talk about a game that you're playing or something that you saw at Gen Con and just talk to people. So yeah, I'm most proud of myself for doing that event. Like going to it, applying to it, that led to me to do this thing, that led me to meet people, and also like helped me realize I have the ability to talk to people.
Yeah.
So that was good for me. That was a good,
really good for you.
Good Amber growth moment.
Aw, you've grown.
Yeah. I stopped picking my head.
You got new underwear.
I got new underwear.
And you've grown as a person.
And I've grown as a person where I can actually like say hi to people in a bar situation.
That's crazy.
That's so weird. I feel like I'm evolving.
Yeah.
From like a shitty owlet.
Right.
To like a full on great horned owl. I mean, I'm not there yet, but what are you thinking?
But like, well, no, I was thinking like Pokemon.
Oh yeah, so I don't know the hoot and
I don't know Pokemons.
Ho-ho-os.
No. Ho-ho-os is not a
Ho-ho-os who wear pants. That's just what I've become.
Wow.
Drinking good cranberry vodka.
Yikes.
Being like, yo, what's up? I take baths. How about you?
What's your deal?
What's your deal? You stink. I smell good. Like that. It's called myrrh. Please draw me as this Pokemon owl.
This drunken Pokemon owl who smells like myrrh.
All right.
If people want to get a hold of us.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk to us.
Yeah, you can. We have an email.
Yeah.
It's brand new. We just like set it up. It's called owls@geekspective.com. Send us an email. We are also always taking questions for our Pellets of Wisdom segment.
Yes.
If you have life questions, concerns, just want to know how things work, or you're in a tough spot in life, let us know. We'll get you through it.
100%. Also, like we said earlier in the show, Dave is now running the Geeks... Oops.
Nope, he's not.
No, Dave is now running the Bringing Owls to Athens Twitter.
Yes, at Bringing Owls.
Yes, where you can tweet at him, and he may or may not reply.
I will hoot right back.
Oh, is that what you're going to say now?
That's right.
Hoot at us.
Yeah, it's not a... It's I don't tweet, I hoot.
Send us a hoot.
That's right.
We'll hoot back.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to rebrand all of Twitter.
Yes. But yeah, also, like, I mean, one of the things I really want to do going forward with is to use Twitter as kind of our supplemental information feed for this podcast.
Sure.
That, like pictures of things that are relevant to what we're talking about, or articles, or because we've talked about things before in the cast that like never like we couldn't share with our audience.
Yeah,
in
like
ways.
That weird mushroom fungus I saw.
Yes, the weird mushroom fungus and the fractal
devil's...
pictures with the eyes and or the tears and all that stuff.
Yeah, the devil's dipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that on Twitter.
Yeah, take that, Annihilation. So this has been Bringing Owls to Athens.
Did we ever come up with the end sign off for this?
No, never. It was different every time. It was more ridiculous every time. Like, it doesn't have to be anything major right now. It can be something super chill, and we can build from it.
All right. Bye.
Hi, I'm Josh, and I run an actual play podcast that I'd like you to check out. I'm using the Godbound system, and I create a sandbox-style game in a large city called Moxbury. All of the player characters are evil, and I think that this really creates an interesting narrative because...
Nobody cares! I, Azrael, had to reconfigure reality to become the evil saint of Palor. Now I plan to overthrow the government of Moxbury and amass followers. Then I will become...
You wouldn't know the first thing about reconfiguring reality. I did it, not you. I, Milana, want no part of your feeble plans. When my plan comes to fruition, all of Moxbury will become my undead army, with them at my command.
They have to be dead before they become undead. I'm going to silence this entire city and prove myself. Prove Gerlach worthy of the goddess of the void.
No! Leave the monsters! I, Nuak Godslayer, will raise an army of monsters. They will overthrow our human leaders and live free, and I will be there.
Well, you quit your bickering and shut your faces. I, Brimstone, hear enough voices in my head without all of you talking over each other. All I want to do is kill the wizard Shalazar. It doesn't sound too difficult, does it?
If I have my way, it will be. Check out Tales from Moxbury wherever you find your podcasts or geekspective.com.